Hey, welcome back to another episode of Open Shutter. Special day and time. It's today's not Wednesday, today's Monday, and have the pleasure of welcoming Toronto Film Festival winner Oskar Akamine to the program. And a huge thanks to Oskar for taking the time. Just wanted to have the show kind of go around his schedule. So usually the show airs on Wednesdays, and if you don't know what the show is about, try to get on people that make stuff, either photography or video or painting or whatever the thing is. If you make something, love to have you on and kind of chat about what you do. And today we're going to chat about kind of Oscar, who's originally from Peru. So I don't want to take up too much of your time, Oscar, but maybe for the people um, that don't know who you are, maybe a quick intro about yourself.
Okay. Yeah. So actually, I'm Peruvian, but
Yeah,
no, I mean, yeah, I'm born in Peru, but my whole bloodline is from Japan.
yeah,
And and you know what? Like the history about that is very interesting because you know that in Second World War, Japanese were obviously losing the war,
yeah.
and they need to run away from their countries because they were going to be killed.
Hmm.
So those Japanese who run away from their country, they said we are no longer Japanese because we lose the honor of being Japanese.
Mm.
So we are no longer Japanese. And I love like they went around South America because South America, I think it was not in the war map in that time. So when those Japanese come along from Japan to South American countries, they don't speak Japanese at all.
Mm.
They said we are no longer Japanese, so we are, I don't know what, but we are no longer Japanese because we betrayed Japan. So we are not going to teach any Japanese word to our childrens.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's like losing identity there, but at the same time, it is great to know the story about that. Me myself, I encountered that story very particular because it's like you have the opportunity right now, um if you want, to go to Japan to visit the like some ancestral parts and see what is the true story about that. But it's not mandatory, only if you want to know your
Yeah,
identity, you can go.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
that is kind of
So did
very.
like a lot of Japanese people go to South America? Like, where did they go?
Yeah, there's a great Japanese community in Peru,
Yeah,
Argentina,
yeah.
Brazil.
Interesting. I would never would have thought that.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So in Brazil, for example, there's, I think, this is the largest one. Big community over
Yeah,
there. A big community of Japanese immigrants over there. Yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
Never thought that. Okay, good to know. But now you're in Toronto
yeah.
in the winter.
Yeah,
How you
yeah.
I mean, honestly, like our winter's been pretty like good. Like it hasn't been bad winter, so you're not really getting the full experience.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people told me that you are
Very,
lucky.
very warm.
Yeah, they told me that you are kind of lucky because the winter here is
Not
um not so hard as the last year,
bad.
than the last year, I think. But you know what? In Christmas, I got stuck in the snowstorm.
Oh, did you get stuck there? Where
Yeah,
where did you get stuck at?
in Kingston.
You were stuck in Kingston.
Yeah,
Were you there for what were you doing in Kingston?
actually, I was going to Ottawa to see
Ah,
some friends to spend Christmas in Ottawa, but
ah,
was got stuck in Kingston, and
on
I
a
was
train?
waiting
On a train?
sorry, what?
You're on a train?
No, 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 in a bus.
On a bus.
Yeah,
Mm,
you know, it was pretty funny actually. I was very, how could I say, very scared, but at the same time, very, I felt like I was in a movie.
yeah.
So. I asked the driver, if I can help her.
Yeah.
So she said, yeah, yeah, like like all the people was helping, but
Yeah.
as soon as I get off from the bus, oh my God, I couldn't see anything.
Yeah, it's bad, eh?
And yeah, and actually I wanted to go, yeah, in this instant that my face touched, the wind,
Yeah, yeah.
I almost like I have like I don't know why, but I need to pee,
Mm, mm.
So that was very a very I don't
You're in
know,
a tough
never
spot.
happened to me. Yeah.
You're in a tough spot. You're in a
Yeah.
tough spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it is until now Toronto is great actually. I
You
love
like Toronto so far? Yeah.
yeah, I love the place. Yeah,
Mm.
uh a lot of you know I don't feel like I'm a foreigner here.
Mm. Um, how come?
I don't know. I was in Japan and even I cannot speak Japanese properly.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't, I could speak Japanese like to have a conversation, but not to share a lot of things like having a very large conversation. I couldn't do that, but even that for me was uh very hard to connect with Japanese.
Mm.
uh and actually I feel like I was a foreigner or something like that, but here is I don't know, so different.
It's
No,
Canadian. Canadians. Canadians.
actually the funny thing is that I don't see many Canadians here in Toronto.
No,
Yeah, that's the funny thing.
isn't that weird?
I don't know.
Am I the only Canadian that you've met?
No, actually, I met a couple more.
Yeah. There's a few.
Sorry, what?
There's there's a few around.
Yeah, but you know what? When I was in a hockey game,
Yeah, yeah.
I got all it's the only place that I see a lot of Canadians.
Yeah,
Actually,
of course. It's very stereotypical. Hockey, Canada, Canadians, Tim Hortons coffee, all that.
Tim Hortons coffee. I like the Tim Hortons.
You like Tim Hortons coffee?
Yeah,
Timbits. Have you had a Timbit yet?
the what?
A
The
Timbit, like a mini
Oh
donut.
yeah, 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 of course. I have
Oh,
actually my coupons
okay.
for for ten for 10 tim Timbits, right? Is the name
Timbits.
Timbits? Yeah, for $5 something like that.
Oh, cash in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We me and my wife are so into Tim Hortons.
Yeah, good. You have to be. It's like a rule once you come. So do you want to explain like what you're doing here in Toronto? How come you're here?
Yeah. So the thing is um since how come like maybe more than 5 years I was working. I have been working like in audiovisual area,
Yeah.
content creation for social media,
Yeah.
and graphic design as graphic designer and photographer. So
In in
in
Peru.
in Peru, yeah, in Peru. So I was working like more like for a long time ago, but you know what, I was into documentaries as well,
Yeah.
and also into films.
Yeah.
But the thing is that student film in Peru is not so it's not good. Honestly, I need to say this honestly. It's
Not
not
good.
any
There's no
school.
school. There's no school for it.
No, yeah, like you can have like you can find out like a lot of schools, but the people who teach you they are not so great. They doesn't have a big background, like they just only know the theory more
Yes.
than the practical stuff. And also they don't have the equipments,
Uh,
like the film equipments, and if they have, they don't want to touch it. They don't want you to touch it, because of course it's like very valuable. I mean, but still, I don't like the how people teach film in Peru.
yeah,
But here is like, I know, like, I, when since I was, sorry, since, yeah, like for more than 2 years ago, I was into Canada, actually, because a lot of colleagues told me, oh yeah, yeah, a lot of scenes, action scenes, New York scenes
yeah.
are
It's filmed
recorded
here.
in
Yeah,
in Toronto.
yeah, it's
And I
true.
was, oh really? Oh, how? Like,
It's cheaper.
yeah, it's, well, I didn't know that, but I just said like, oh my god, I need to go to Toronto like one
Oh,
day.
is that why you picked Toronto?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I want to be into that environment, of film. And yeah, I save a lot of money, uh,
Okay.
a lot of that, a lot of money, and I made that gift for me.
Ah,
Hmm.
and you're at what school?
I'm in George Brown College.
Yeah. And
Yes.
is it 1 year? Is it 2 year? How many years is it?
It's a 2 years program.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the first year. I mean, I'm just finishing the first year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here. At the same time, I'm just, bring all my works with me. Of course, all my cameras, all
Yeah.
my equipment.
Yeah. You have
Uh,
everything with you.
yeah. So, and that's it. Yeah.
Well, that's good, man. So, like, how did you like? I don't know if you want to speak about like entering. It's one thing to enter the Toronto Film Festival, but it's another thing to actually win an award. So, like, like, first of all, maybe you want to like just like explain the film or explain explain the documentary for people that aren't familiar with the documentary.
Oh yes, of course. So the documentary, it's about this master, you know, of the Shiringa tree. So
Yeah.
the Shiringa tree is a tree which produce natural latex. You know, the thing is that, sorry, I'm just recording the video for my mom.
Oh, that's okay. I can send this to you. I can send this to you after.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
I know where.
Okay, great. So I'm just
Here,
going to.
let me put up maybe like there's I think I'm on your Instagram.
Oh, okay,
I
I'm
think this
just.
is okay, here's
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So yeah. So the thing is that natural latex, it's I mean, nowadays it's not so valuable, but
Right.
70s it was more valuable even than gold itself.
Really?
Yeah. So in the 70s, people in the jungle, specifically in that area called Iberia.
Okay.
This is a place located between Peru and Brazil. You know,
Okay.
so a lot of people, specifically indigenous people, were massacred
Mm,
because they extracted. I mean, like people who people from different part of countries, like they come to that place because actually it's a very remote area, so you cannot have, it's kind of in the border
right.
from two countries, Brazil and Peru. So in that place, actually, it is a very remote area.
Mm,
And for some bad people, that could be in that time, that could be like a gold thing,
yeah.
extracted latex from these amazing trees, and you don't pay anything for that because you only deal with indigenous people.
Right. Right.
So the thing is that the documentary is about this master, one of the last master of Chiringa, who is living. Sorry, so. this master until now,
Yeah.
working as a natural latex extractor master, or master of extractor of natural latex. His work, it's very interesting because uh, Jorge is the master. Jorge,
Okay.
the way that he extract latex, it's to cut a little bit, to make a cut in the tree, and the
Yeah.
tree start to to blood latex,
Mm.
so it's kind of like you are cutting the arm of someone or the leg of some person. So the thing about this is like you need to know how to cure that injury after that, because
Okay.
you only cut it and cut it and cut it. Of course, it's like a human being or like an animal,
Mm.
cut, cut, and the animal is going to bleed out. You know, a human going to be bleed out and is going to die. So the same thing happened to these trees. It's like you need to be very careful.
Right.
Pick very good day, with good weather,
Yeah.
and being very respectful with nature itself.
Mm.
And yeah, it's about that. And actually, it's recording that documentary was the most crazy experience that I ever had in my life. I'm a traveler. I'm a constant traveler. I know that you know that, Paul. So I have been traveling like as a backpacker, so sleeping in everywhere. But this place, oh my God, is so remote that you have only one one minibus,
Yeah.
one minibus that you need to take from certain place from the jungle of Peru to
Yeah.
that area,
Oh,
and you travel with a lot of people who carry their animals with them,
wow.
so like pigs, sheeps, or maybe you can, yeah, like you can share your seat with like a couple of chickens,
Yeah.
and wa- was amazing, and the jungle itself, it is those kind of um how could I say this, but it is almost like the if you go to that place, you will see that the place belongs more to the jungle, to the
Yeah.
nature, than the man,
Yeah.
so it's almost like a virgin place.
Mm.
Because honestly, I remember my room that I sleep. Oh my God, I sleep with a lot of bugs. When I need to go to the washroom, there's no washroom, of course.
No.
Yeah, no, no,
You're in the
no.
jungle.
So you need to dig a hole or something like that, and be aware that there's no snake or no
Yeah.
spider over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, and the same thing for food. You need to be very careful, and of course very respectful at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it was very
Crazy.
great adventure.
Crazy. So like where did you get the idea from for this? Where did the idea come from for this doc?
uh well, my colleague, and also this the co-director,
Yeah.
Joseph is my friend,
Yeah.
um from so many years ago. So he talked to me about this area, and I
Uh,
was okay, let's have a chat. Well, let's have a phone call, because of course Jorge the master, he's not of course into digital things, so
he doesn't have a phone.
we need to call him,
No phone.
by phone. And he said, okay, yeah, yeah, you can come and and see what you can do. And you know what, the thing is that I'm just not the person who thinks too much,
Yeah.
so I'm just recreate all those things, and all the things that I was trying to figure out how it's going to be in my head, and I see the image of the jungle, and how it's going to be like, making the documentary. And we said, okay, let's do it. So we arrived to, I mean, we go to this place by plane, but actually, I mean, we we went to the certain place in the jungle by plane.
But how do you find the place in the jungle? Like, is there a street? Like, how do you find it?
Oh, you need to ask, you
You
know,
need to ask them.
yeah,
Really?
to the people, like, which bus can lead me to this place to you.
Crazy. Crazy.
Yeah. And oh my God, the temperature is so hot, more than 35 degrees, I think. It was so hot. uh it was so hot that I was so tired about that, and I was just walking with my boxers, and that's it.
Oh, it was that hot?
Yeah, very hot, very hot. And yeah, I don't know why. The interesting about this is, like, people in the jungle like soup,
Really?
hot soup. I don't
Really?
know how they can eat hot soup in with that weather. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I was totally surprised.
Interesting. What kind of soup? What kind of soup? Like a tomato
Oh,
soup?
like, yeah, like chicken soup with no with noodles, but
Really? Just hot.
everything hot, hot. Oh my God, for me
Yeah.
it was,
Interesting.
oh yeah, it was so, oh my God, so unique experience.
It's yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and you need to be careful, of course, like, from the snakes,
Yeah.
uh,
Of course.
the spiders, because the spiders over there, they are not
Yeah.
tiny.
They're big. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, it
So
sounds like it sounds like it was all worth it though, right?
yeah. Actually, we I will be honest. Uh, when we when we when we went to that place to record everything,
Yeah.
it was more about ourselves. Because me and my colleague Joseph, my friend, we have this vision of life that every tradition must be registered,
Mm.
even if it is almost a swing. Is
You want it documented.
Yeah, that is
Want it
something that
documented.
we have, like, as a principal values. As a
Sure.
filmmakers, we are not only doing things for commercials, or social media stuff, not only for earning money. So this is kind of like our tribute that we give to the country itself, to preserve these traditions, to
Yeah.
maintain this documented, um, yeah, these jobs as a, like, as a very valuable documents,
Yeah.
because a lot of, that traditions, or a lot of history, they are kind of like, I mean, people don't doesn't like to, I mean, this is from my perspective, of course, but I feel like sometimes people doesn't want to see the whole picture, all the bad part of the history of
Mm.
everything.
Mm.
So me myself, I find that, like, not living as aware,
Yeah.
uh, and living your life without conscience, because you need to be conscious about everything. I
Mm.
mean, you have I don't know, just to give you an example, I don't know, I know that I have my plate of food because my mom raised me with all her effort, and she was struggling when she was young. So we need to know the history about our past, and about our lives itself, because in that way I think we are going to be more grateful about everything that we have,
Mhm, mhm.
so we have that as a principal values, or as a principal core that we have as doing our filmmakings things. Yeah, so yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, no, it's very good of you that you're doing it for, I guess, all obviously, like all the right reasons, right?
Yeah, because we didn't actually, if you see the documentary, you will see that of the whole credit thing, there's no production agency, nothing.
Just you.
It just
You.
said my name and Joseph's name,
Yeah,
and the guy who we bought the music, and that's
yeah,
it.
yeah, that's it. So,
uh,
like, how many days did you film?
yeah, we have 2 days only.
You had 2 days only. You had 2 days.
Yeah, 2 days, because Jorge is he told us like, okay, I can give you like 2 days, because after that I need to work.
Oh,
So
interesting.
yeah, yeah, it was raw, like
Yeah,
that, raw.
yeah,
So
yeah,
we did it as we could. um it was so funny actually, because in that area there was a bathroom. I mean, not a washroom like
yeah.
like the city, but you have the toilet,
Yeah,
and that's it. But you have the toilet at least. But the thing is that I don't know what the hell happened, but a cow entered to that toilet
oh,
and
really?
destroyed that toilet. So when yeah, when we need to use the toilet, it was, oh my god, it was going to the river,
Yeah,
but only until 5 or 6 p.m.,
really?
because after 6 p.m. you can have not a crocodile but a small one,
Okay.
in the river.
Mm.
So you need to be very careful.
You have to time it right, I guess. You gotta
Yeah, you need to
you gotta time it right.
you need to schedule your body
You need to
necessity.
you need to schedule what time does the crocodile come out to eat. These are very important details when you're in the jungle, because if you don't know, you don't know, and then bad things can happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And specifically when you are doing documentaries, I think you need to be aware about the every situation that
Yeah.
you can struggle
Yeah,
with.
like, it's a shock, it's obviously a culture shock for you guys, like, I mean, do you have any, like do you have any tips or advice for people that wanna make documentaries? Like, what did you learn most about making this documentary?
Oh yeah, it's not for lazy people.
No, it's not for lazy people.
Not for lazy
Definitely
people,
not,
not
like
for, luxury people, not for uh yeah, it's more like I don't know. I think you need to be very into that. Like you need to. It's like a need.
yeah,
Um.
and it's not a need for money, it's because, like, you're doing it for the right reason, because you wanna document this
Yeah.
tradition, right? You wanna document the history.
And actually, I remember. The Oscars. I
Yeah,
don't remember the year, but the the guy who was presenting the nominees says something very true. Like he said, like,
about documentary?
yeah, for the best documentary,
Oh,
you know I don't remember who was the presenter in that time, but he said, this is the only this is the only like this is the only moment that documentaries itself can earn something from their job. And
mhm,
that is true, I would say, because documentary, shows you something that is not political correct
mhm.
sometimes. So of course that when you are going to present your project to someone, I don't know, to a bank or something like that, of course, if you have very delicate content, they will say no,
Yeah, too risky for them.
it's too risky, of
Too risky
course.
for them. Yeah.
And actually, yeah, I since I have that background, to show those kind of contents, I must say, like, sometimes I got into problems, in problems,
Yeah.
from presenting my script, my ideas, because it's like, no, 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 you are too explicit. This is too explicit.
Yeah.
So,
What did you say
about what?
about them saying it's too risky? Did you say like were they willing to like negotiate the script or like was it just a flat out no?
Uh, no, it's like, um, well, when like when I was more young, I would say, you know, I usually be very angry. Like,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
why you don't want to show the truth? Like, why? Like, you're so, you know you're you're trying to avoid the reality, and that is living with a bad conscience. I always say that, but nowadays it's like, I don't give a like, if you don't want to, s- I mean, it's okay. I understand that you need to follow the rules, if especially, I don't know, if you're, for example, in my college, and I'm if I'm going to present something very explicit, of course that they are going to deny it to me,
Yeah.
because it's a school. So, um yeah, 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 I need to be very careful with that. That's why I planning to do the next documentary,
Yeah.
in Peru as well.
Okay. So you're gonna go back?
Yeah, only for recording my documentary.
Okay. Can you say what it is?
I don't know, actually. We have been discussing about that.
Okay.
The thing is that I want to do, like, like, four stories, four stories about that, or maybe three stories, because
Yeah.
Peru is divided into three regions or zones.
Mhm.
So the first region is the coast.
Mhm.
The second region is the mountains,
Mhm.
and the third region is the jungle. So I was planning to do, like, maybe like a like one documentary divided into three episodes or something like that.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that is my plan. But I need to finish my school first, and yeah, that's it. Actually, I was very surprised about the, oh my god, what is it called? There's the hot dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Here.
Hot dog. Yeah.
Very great festival, and also the oh my god, it's an NGO, I think, for Canadian documentaries. I don't remember the name.
Toronto. I mean, Toronto's a hub for for documentaries. Like, there's a lot of places where you can show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think, yeah, for documentaries, I mean, my the way I made documentaries is like not longer than 10 minutes.
Mm. So
Uh,
is that a short documentary? Is it considered a short doc? Is there a
mm,
category for that?
Actually,
Short
I
film,
um
short doc.
I don't know, because I didn't apply to hot dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I you need to pay. So uh yeah, right now I'm not willing to pay.
You're willing to pay? They gotta pay you.
I mean,
They gotta
no,
pay you.
no, I understand that you need to pay for, for, I don't know what the hell, but you need to pay. Um,
That's how they make money.
so I mean, they are very great community, I think, organization as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't want to disrespect them. It's like the thing is that right now I'm not paying.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
so,
that's
uh,
nothing
yeah,
nothing wrong with that.
yeah,
Nothing wrong with
but the thing is that the documentaries here are very I mean, there's a big community of documentary people here,
yeah,
and I was very surprised about that
yeah,
because I thought that
very,
this place, Toronto, it
uh,
was only for filmmakers. I mean, for people who do film, and
mm,
that's the only thing.
mm,
But a lot of documentaries are over here, and actually Toronto has a lot of things to tell. I mean,
yeah,
me myself, like the first month that I have been here is like, I try to go to Toronto, like to downtown,
yeah,
specifically after 12 p.m., after midnight,
yeah.
or after 12 a.m.,
Okay,
right? 12
midnight.
a.m. Yeah, yeah. So after midnight to see what Toronto is in
Yeah.
after midnight.
Okay.
And there's a lot of things like, of course this is kind of risky, but at the same time it's very, um it's another side of the city, I would
Yeah.
say, with another perspective, another histories as well.
Hmm.
uh the color itself of the city changes,
Yeah.
so it's,
Like that.
yeah, it's great. It's great. I would say for a person who do film and documentaries as well, Toronto is a very good place.
Yeah, there's so much to do and see here, and so many people from different parts of the world here too. You can have a field day making documentaries here in Toronto too. Do a documentary about people from Peru living in Toronto.
Oh no, actually, I wanted to do like, you know what? I was into, um. I know that the Toronto, like, hasn't been struggling with, with people who are in drugs and mental illness, mental
Mhm.
health. So that is a very interesting, actually, topic to talk about.
Yeah.
But it is so strict that I think if I do something like that, I will be in jail.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
so. Why?
I don't know. If it's because, I think I don't know why people. I don't know why anyone has documentary something about that before. So
Mm.
if they don't do that, if because maybe it is too risky, not only, to being attacked for those people, but maybe it's kind of like against the law or something like that.
Not
I
against
don't
the law. You just gotta explain what you're doing to them. Like, explain what you're doing.
know.
Say yes, they say yes. If they say no, they say no. I think honestly, you would be surprised by how many people say yes.
Mm,
Maybe
mm.
in You'd be surprised, man, because people want to like tell their stories and like be heard and be seen, right?
Oh yeah, but it's like, isn't be like you are showing something that maybe Canada itself doesn't want to show, because you are showing like something that is very delicate, right?
Yeah,
Um, I mean, I don't want to be in trouble. That's what I meant with the government or something like
no,
that.
I don't think so.
After that, I will think about it. But it's
Mhm.
a very, very, very great story because actually I made kind of like a short, very short. It's not a documentary actually. It's more like a video, promotion video, I would say, but
Yeah.
with the format of documentary about an artist
Okay.
who plays in this this alley called the alley. I
Oh
don't know
yeah.
if you know this place. Is kind of, oh my god, where is it? It's called the alley.
The alley.
Yeah, that place is called the alley. So the alley, it's an alley. So in that place, this
Yeah,
artist plays music for
yeah.
homeless people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I was recording that. I was registering that, and yeah, a lot of people came across, and they get closer. They approach to her and say, "Oh yeah, yeah, I like the music," and they were, kind of dancing. Yeah, and I realized that it's a great thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's very surprised. So that's why I was like, oh yeah, yeah, But after that, cops were passing by.
Oh,
Yeah,
were they?
yeah. So it's like kind of risky
Oh,
for
yeah.
her. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But it is great. It was great. I actually to film that.
Absolutely, man.
Mm,
Absolutely. Just
yeah,
curious, like, how did you find out that you won the award for the film festival? Did they call you? Did they send you an email? Or
yeah. They sent,
was there a ceremony?
they send you an email. They sent me an email
Yeah.
saying that yeah, I was selected, and after that
Cool.
I was uh yeah, actually I feel very great, and a couple weeks later, I think, I received another email that describing that I was winning the category as the best environmental
Gotta feel
film.
so good, man. It's gotta feel so good. It
Yeah.
must have been so you and Joseph, right? Like, it must have felt so rewarding.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what? I
Right.
actually, after that, we said, okay, you know what? We're going to, we decided to gather in some money. Not money from other people, but our money to put, to apply to other festivals.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and after that, yeah, we have been chose for
Yeah,
the Milton Film Festival at this as well.
yeah,
And right now, well, we are just waiting until see what happens.
yeah.
And it was great. Great, great experience.
Yeah, yeah, that's great, man. That's awesome.
Something that I'm very grateful about that is like I'm I realized that you know the answers that when I have this email with the feedback of the audience.
Yeah,
Oh my god, that is unbelievable for me, because it's like they talk about their vision
yeah,
from that movie, sorry, from that documentary.
yeah,
They see another perspective, and they take the time to inspect every detail.
mm,
And you know what, it was the first time that we felt like we did something good.
yeah, yeah.
Because actually, nowadays I think that nobody has time to do nothing.
It's hard to get people's attention, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to get
it's-
people's attention, especially
yeah,
for a long period of time.
yeah.
Difficult. It's
even
difficult.
even for I don't know, but it's so funny because
Yeah,
um I don't know, it's like people are very connected right now with the digital world, but at the same time we're
Roy just showed up, so he's film guy, so no worries with digital.
oh, 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 what, sorry?
You know Roy from the Zoom calls?
Okay.
He just came on the chat.
Oh, okay, okay,
Anyway,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just making a joke because Roy's into film, and you're talking about people being digital, so anyway, never mind. It was a bad joke.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, it's like we're connected, more connected than previous years.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like we are so disconnected right now. Like
Oh, I agree with that. Oh, totally.
So even when you are doing something, for, I mean, you ask for a little bit attention, but it's like, I don't know, but it feels like you're trying to beg, for their attention, like to
I
see, like
know. I know.
to say, okay, can you please look my film? Can you please, you know
I know.
you
I
know
know. It's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough.
yeah, and it is free, right? It's free. So I don't know what is happening right now. Like, sometimes I feel kind of lost. I must say, honestly,
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
kind of lost.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to, concentrate on my work, and that's it. But
Yeah.
even my school, it's like, I don't know what the hell is going on, but it's like, um I mean, not everyone, of course, but I see a lot of people that are not into film as well, or
Yeah.
maybe, they are not into video or film, or
But they're in a film school.
yeah,
But they're
but I
taking
don't know
film.
what the hell is happening. It's like, I mean, yeah, it's like I don't feel the connection. I don't feel like they want to do something, and actually I
Mhm.
have a, let me tell you a story. It's like a very funny story. So the thing is that, I was, in the school we have this chat group or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I was very. I mean, I have my stress time, bro. It's like,
Yeah.
well, so it's like, the thing is that I was I was I was trying to have some people, for helping me to do some school assignment about the documentary thing.
Yeah.
And I said, like, please, I need, if anyone wants to work with me, just let me know, please. Not lazy people, and not bullshit, no bullshit.
You had to say this, eh?
So yeah, oh my god, they were, of course, that may, yeah, I know that I was kind of rude, but honestly, in the industry in film is very brutal. It's like they are not, I mean, they are not going to ask you like, oh, please, can you help me with this? You're going to the no, it's like, I think that, like, because I have been working and films also, and it's like, no, they treat you, the treat is like, like very straightforward. It's like they don't play dumb. They are not dumb. They don't. So the same thing is like, I know what I want, so I said that, no lazy people, no
Yeah.
bullshit things,
Right.
only work, only people who want to be work and be serious.
Okay.
It's, yeah, they get offended and blah blah blah, and they
Crazy.
they they said, you know what they said, like, oh, we're lazy, so we cannot work with you because we are lazy. And I was, what, like, what the fuck? So, my god, I was so, that day I was so confused.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that happened, after that happened, of course, I said, like, oh my god, I don't know what the hell is happening. But
Yeah. Interesting.
yeah, but I think it was, like, I only tell this because actually I remember that, and it is quite funny to remember that. I feel so confused. I I almost feel like I was, I was, I don't know, like, I need to be more humble. And I said, oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, Oscar, you need to be more humble on that. No, don't be too straightforward. You
Yeah.
need to be more gentle and more humble, maybe. So now that nowadays it's like I'm trying to be more, like, more, not so rough.
Yeah.
So,
Flexible. Flexible.
yeah, yeah,
More easygoing a little bit.
yeah, more flexible, um working more flexible, and of course that makes me feel like more aware about the whole picture, the whole panorama here.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So yeah.
Well, there's a lot to I mean, there's a lot for you to kind of process, right? Like new country, new city, like just different way of living up here, right? So it's not a quick transition, you know? When you
Yeah,
move somewhere new, it's like I don't, how do like things work differently here, right? So it's not like you just get up and go. It's like things, you need to understand how things work.
yeah,
Same thing if I went to Peru and went to school in Peru, like things work differently down there too, right? So
yeah. The thing that I thought, honestly, Paul, is like, since I have this, maybe it was, yeah, a bad way to see it, but since I knew that Toronto, it's worldwide recognized as a
yeah,
very good place to film, you
yeah.
know, so we are surrounded in a very particular film environment,
Mm,
so everyone has cameras. Every I see in downtown, it's like a lot of people with cameras
yeah,
shooting,
yeah,
doing their videos,
yeah. You see me one
so
time?
one day in Kings, in oh my God, in Kensington Market, of course.
Yeah.
After that, I didn't see you until now. You disappeared that day. I don't know what happened. Maybe you went for that place, the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, it was good, man. It was good.
But I have that like in my mind, and of course when I know you, uh, and I enter to the Zoom chat for the first time.
Yeah, I remember.
I feel that, I feel, oh my God, these people are very into photograph. They are so into that. They
Yeah.
have a lot of respect.
Mhm.
So, that's stick in my head, as an
Mhm.
inside of Toronto,
Right.
old mates, or
Right.
I don't know what.
We sold you. Media
Yes.
Group sold you to move up here.
Yeah, but yeah, as you said, people are different. There's a big, uh, it's a big cultural, multicultural place at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that's why it's like, but it's incredible. Like, even I seen a lot of advertisement about, we are renting places for doing your film, like
Mhm.
big advertisement.
Yeah.
So it means that, I mean, here, like, a lot of people work as into film industry, right? The film industry here is a very great thing.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of opportunity. Roy in the chat was saying you should join. I guess that's the Canadian Screen Commission. What's CSC stand for? Let me Google that real quick. It's Canadian Film. Canadian Society of Cinematographers. Yeah, Canadian Society of Cinematographers.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Canadian, yeah, 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 yeah.
Plenty of contacts help you in the industry. You can join as a student, he said.
Oh, great,
So
great.
it might help you out because you probably deal with more serious people there, I guess, right?
Oh, yeah. I think. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm going to become a member. Yeah, I saw. So, oh
Yeah,
my God, the web is so great.
yeah,
So
yeah,
well done. Yeah. So, yeah, that was, yeah, but that was only like, like the only culture shock that I have. You
that's
know,
nice.
yeah, because like everything, like I told you, was so delightful. The food is very great here. People are awesome. Yeah, it's great. I mean, I know that a lot of people complain about the public transport, but for me, public transport, it's completely awesome. It's for
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Okay. Shout out TTC.
Yeah, actually, I met a girl who works in a TTC.
Yeah.
So I said to this girl, like, can you tell your boss that I want to record some things,
Yeah.
like, how is your job,
Mm.
like, day by day?
Oh,
yeah, yeah. So I received an email from the TCC. I don't know like which department was it, but he was speaking.
Yeah.
Um, like sorry, this guy represents two departments, you know. So he was telling me like, you know, right now is not a good time because nowadays is like TTC have been struggling with the, you know, of course the problems that we've seen,
Hmm.
you know, people getting attacked, so you can be injured and you
Right.
know.
Right. Yeah, makes sense.
So yeah, so it is not a good time to do that, but still I want to do that because actually I don't know how it's going to how is it work in a TTC.
Yeah.
uh
Good. I think it'd be really cool. I think it'd be a really cool project, though.
yeah, it is a very cool project. I mean, I was so you know, I mean, so anxious about that. You know, I really
Yeah.
wanted to do that, but maybe after, you know, like I don't know, maybe in summer could be.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. I mean, could be a cool project.
Yeah, and as
Yeah.
well for the firefighters, you know, like
Mm.
firefighters here are awesome as well. They are so big. Oh my god. Yeah, I
I guess.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was sitting, you know, in the Dondas. I think it was Dondas, in the Burger King,
Yeah.
and you know, like a drunk guy came into that place and he got passed out, and the you know I the firefighters came,
Yeah.
and I was eating my burger, and you know, looking the guy. Oh my god! And he was so big, and his hand was so big that, well, I don't know. I just feel like so tiny, you know, like I feel like Mario Bros, but
Mm.
with
Yeah.
mushroom.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So it was amazing. I want to make that documentary about them as well.
It'll be good, man.
Training, you know, how is going to be the preparation because they are very big guys.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah,
Should
um,
you should you should stay on that.
yeah. And I want to be like actually when I was a little kid I wanted to be a firefighter, but now I saw them and I said, what? No, no, no. I it's impossible.
No.
Yeah,
Crazy, man.
yeah. It is. It
Great.
is. Yeah.
Well, it's up against the eye. I don't wanna keep you too long. Maybe I'll have you on later on this year, and we kinda update people on what you're doing here in the city, and, you wanna drop, how first of all, how can people watch the film? Can people download it or stream it? How can people watch it?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my God, we were talking about everything.
The documentary, how can
Like
people watch
not the documentary. Yeah. The thing is that I'm doing a website
it? Okay,
for the documentary. So I'm trying to gathering money for this is the plan. So I'm going to release the documentary in this web page, but at the same time I'm going to create, you know, like a social media campaign and everything,
yeah,
because actually I want to spread, you know, spread my documentary out. Like I want
mm,
to show the documentary for like every place. So right now it's like you just need to wait
okay, we'll wait.
for a couple months,
Okay,
and yeah, when the web is released, you
let
will
me
see
know, let me know. I'll
the
help you. I'll help you spread the word out.
oh, thank you, Paul. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, and that's that is how people can see my documentary. Well,
Oh,
they are going to,
they
yeah,
will,
they
absolutely.
will. And yeah, it's that.
Yeah, good, good, and people can follow you on Instagram. At the Oscar's link is in the description of this video, so go check him out on Instagram, and all the information is there also, and, thanks so much for doing this, man. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Oh no, thanks to you, Paul. It's
Yeah,
like like I don't know if I told you that, but it's like the first person that I met, who was like, I mean, the first person that I met, and I felt encouraging, to be like, into, I mean, when I knew you, it's like, I was so encouraging because I felt like, oh my god, this guy Paul, he's doing everything, like
Yeah.
every week the Zoom and stay home session
Yeah.
Zoom. So I was like, oh my god, like, you're so dedicated, and I respect that a lot,
Oh,
because
thank you.
yeah. So I was like, oh my god, I want to be there, I want to know Paul, like, because the way that you do your things, and like the consistency, patience and
Yeah.
everything. That is something that not a lot of people not a lot of people suffer, I must say,
Yeah.
for having that community. But it's like, I know that it requires a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of love at the same time. So yeah, yeah, it was very, very, very great to meet you.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Grateful.
good, man.
Yeah, very
Good, good.
grateful.
Excellent. Yeah, that's good. Well, well, thanks again. We'll have you on. Roy's asking the title of your film, your documentary. You want to tell that to Roy real quick? The title?
Oh yeah, it's called Shinga. Sorry, I think.
Uh yeah, I can put that in the chat. And it's going to be available, not yet, but it's going to be available for the public viewing in a couple of months.
Yes, actually, I can send him like the video if he wants to see it right now.
Yeah, you can do that too. Or you can send it to me and I can send it to him if you want. Up to you. It's
Yeah.
really up to you how you want to do it. Might be easier because I don't know if you have his contact information, but
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. I will send it to you.
Excellent. Well, thanks, Oscar. Thanks again for doing this, and thanks everyone for listening, watching wherever you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify or Google Podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, check out Oscar, all his good work, and Oscar, keep crushing it, man.
Thank you very much,
All right.
Paul.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a great night.
Have a great night. Bye
Yeah.
bye.